Okay, boxing fanatics, Alex Murphy, thank you for giving me your time once again. Let's get straight to it. About a month ago, you had the opportunity to fight on the undercard of Lyndon Arthur on Channel 5. Firstly, just tell us how that kind of opportunity came about, if anyone kind of watching, who kind of got in touch with you, and yeah, how did that opportunity come about to fight on Channel 5 on the undercard of Lyndon Arthur?
Yeah, so my manager, Kieran Farrell, he just rang me 10 days before it was. And he said to me, he said, well, first thing he said was, what's your weight? And I said, 65 kilo. And he said, right, okay. He said, next Friday, Lyndon Arthur card at Bolton Stadium. He said, Wasserman has been in touch asking if I've got any ticket sellers who want to fight. Um, so do you want to get on it? And it was mad because I had a holiday booked on the Wednesday. So I was like, oh, I said I'm supposed to be going on holiday. Uh, and then obviously we were speaking, and we were both like, what do you, this is a big opportunity,
Yeah, yeah,
uh, and then so I said to Kane, and I said, right, so let me speak to me missus, let me think about it for an hour or so, and then I'll get back to you. So and I rang the missus and I told her, and I said, can we get new flights? Can we change the holiday? And she was cool with it. To be fair, I didn't know how she'd take it, but she was cool with it. She was like, "Well, yeah, let's just look at booking new flights for the next day." So yeah, I just bought I bought new flights for the Saturday. Rang Kieran back up. I said, yeah, let's do it. You can't turn that down. So yeah, like originally we were supposed to go on holiday for 10 days. So instead we just went for a week, the day after the fight. But yeah, that's just how it came about. So yeah, obviously Kieran has to wait, and then he with it only being 10 days notice, he said we'll just fight at that weight.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's cool. Don't have to do a cut, nothing like that. And yeah, that's how it came about. Exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. That is commitment, to be fair, to kind of reschedule your holiday with your girlfriend. But like you said, it was a massive opportunity, and you definitely have no regrets from that. So, and yeah, even bigger congratulations. You obviously got another win, now 7-0. Yeah, how do you reflect on your performance this time round?
Yes, really good, mate. Really good. Miles better. Obviously, I spoke to you, didn't I, after my sick fight, and I wasn't happy with the performance on the sick fight. So, um, I had to sort of, come back with it with a solid performance just to make it up for myself. No one else, just to please myself, and I did exactly that, mate. It was, I was really happy with it. Everything that could have been better in that last fight was better. We
Yeah,
and it was ideal really because the actual duration from that last fight to my sixth fight was 6 weeks. That's all it was.
yeah,
Obviously, I only had 10 days notice. I didn't get the 6 weeks, but it was 6 weeks between each one. But like obviously after the sixth fight, I had like a week off the gym, and then I went back in, and then straight away we was working on all the stuff I needed to work on, and really it came at the perfect time because I had been in the gym, I'd been working on it all. The next minute, I get the call, "Do you want to fight?" And it was like, "Well, yeah, why?" Other than a holiday situation, it was a case of, "Well, why not?" I stayed in the gym, I stayed fit, and I'd been, practicing everything I needed to work on. So it was just a case of putting that into
yeah.
play now, into the fight, and it came out, it worked out brilliant. So yeah, I was really pleased with that last performance. I was.
Yeah, 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 100%. I guess, yeah, it was like kind of fate. Like you were kind of prepared, and then you got the opportunity as well. How important would you say it is, like a prospect like yourself? Do you reckon it's a good thing that maybe you have like a little bit less time between fights? Do you reckon that's probably better for your development to maybe have like fight every 6 weeks if possible, rather than maybe every few months? Do you reckon that will kind of benefit you long term?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah and no. Yeah, because obviously, you want to stay busy, especially, the stage I am at now. Um, I want to be busy. I want to be out fighting all the time. And yeah, like we just said, because once you finish a fight, you're going to have stuff to work on. So you can have the week off, get back in the week after, work on that stuff, and then get straight back into another fight. Um, But then obviously on the other hand, ticket sales, selling all the tickets every 6 weeks is going to be a lot harder. So business perspective,
Right.
it isn't good. But you've just got to find that balance, haven't you? Really, every 4 or 5 fights a year is probably bang on. But in terms of development, yeah, sometimes it is better to get straight back in there as soon as you finish a fight.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, like you said when you spoke to me last, you weren't overly happy. Obviously, this time you are. Do you feel like a sense of like redemption kind of after your last fight? Do you feel like I guess you've proven to yourself, and you've also, yeah, do you feel like a sense of redemption after your last performance?
Yeah. It's just like I say, it's just more about myself, just proving to myself. Like I said to you last time, my sick fight, it wasn't an awful performance. You know what I mean? I just know it wasn't my best. So every time I get in there, I always want to be my best. I want to be showing, like the best I can do. So it was a case of, right, I want to get back because all my other fights before the sixth, I had been happy with.
Yeah,
That sixth fight was the first fight out of them all that I weren't happy with. So I wanted to get back, to being happy,
yeah.
and that's exactly what I did. So yeah, I suppose it is a bit of redemption, and I was pleased I could do it. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So when can we kind of expect to see you in the ring next? I know you're 7-0 now. You're steadily building your resume. Yeah, what's kind of next? I mean, at what point do you kind of, I guess, want to kind of step up the opposition? Do you leave that to your team? Like, because I guess as your record gets better, I guess the expectation will be to start, maybe increasing the opponents a little bit. But for your next fight, in particular, what's kind of the plan for the next fight?
Yeah, and also I understand what you're saying. You want to obviously build through the ranks, get better fights, tougher fights, and work your way up. And a lot of that I do obviously leave down to my team. I've got a manager for a reason. My coach and everything like that. We all work together. It's not just me saying, right, I want to do this, I want to do that, because I don't want to rush into anything. I am busy. I'm gonna be even busier still. I've got 2 fights lined up already for the summer. I've
Right.
got a home show in June, the start of June, 9th of June.
Okay.
Um, so I believe anyway. I've not had the poster, nothing like that just yet. But I've been told I'll be out on the 9th of June. That'll be in Manchester. Um, so that's my promoter, Kieran. That'll be his show.
Yeah.
So I've got that to focus on, and I have had another opportunity to fight on a TV show, Fight TV, in July, the 28th of July.
Okay.
That's in Portugal as well, in Porto. So again, I've got them two possibly lined up. Um, I wouldn't, like I say, I've not had the poster, so I'm always going to them until I've got my face on a poster that isn't
Yeah.
confirmed.
Yeah.
But they both seem pretty nailed on, so my focus is on them two. But yeah, and that again, I'm just busy June, July, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and then we don't know. We'll see from there. Cause that'll be 9, and I think now the focus for me is maybe just keep building on the rounds. I'm hoping for another 6 rounder in the next one. I've been told that the one in Portugal on the 28th, I've been told that the space on the show is for a 4-rounder. So I know that'll be a 4, but then I think after that, the July one, I think it would be the case of, cracking on, getting back to the 6s, maybe next year going up to weights and just seeing and just seeing where I go from there. Because, once you do get past the 10-0 mark, and
Mhm.
you can start knocking on doors, I suppose. But like I say, I'll just leave it down to my team. And I wouldn't mind going the central area title route maybe at some
Yeah.
point, whether that's back end of next year or the year after. Like I say, I'll leave it up to my team, and they'll decide when I'm ready. But for now, I just want to focus on getting the rounds in, staying busy, and performing well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Alex, I just want to ask you a couple questions about kind of other boxing news that's going on. I don't know. Did you see the Joyce fight last night?
I did, mate. Yeah, I did.
What did you think? What did you think of the fight?
You know what? That Zhang, that was the first time I'd seen him, and he looked good. He looked good. Joyce. I think he defends too much of his head. I think he's too tough for his own good. I think, and he's going to get seriously hurt. If not, he is already seriously hurt with that injury that he got. I don't know how severe it was last night, but obviously with a fight being stopped, it's not a good sign. He's good to watch. I think, Joyce, just in terms of like that old school style of how tough he is, and then he comes into the fight, and I think he was coming into the fight a little bit, wasn't he? But the damage had already been done, and that Zhang looked good. But yeah, I just think it was a bit of a shame how it got stopped. I think if it did go the distance, Joyce would have gone on to win. I did
Oh,
feel like
really?
he was gonna turn it around. But it's boxing at the end of the day, and if you're gonna take that sort of punishment early on, then there's no surprise that it's going to get stopped at some point. But yeah, it's a shame for Joyce. I don't know where he goes now. Like you say, it'll depend on how severe that injury is.
Yeah.
I think it was his eye. Was it his eye?
Right eye, yeah, his right eye. So
You've got to be careful with that. Obviously, we've seen when Billy Joe Saunders got done off Canelo and he did his his orbital bone.
Yeah, orbital bone. Yeah.
Once you do that, there's probably no. He's not fought since, has he, Billy Joe? I don't think.
Yeah.
Got to be careful. So yeah, I don't really know. I'd like to see that Zhang again. I'm going to keep my eye out for him now. Definitely, like I say, that was the first time I'd seen him, but see where he goes from now.
Well, yeah, that Zhang did have a fight with Hrgovic previously, and a lot of
Yeah, he
people
did.
he
Yeah, he
won
got
that
beat.
fight. So he kind of earned a lot of credit in that fight, but yeah, even more so last night. Just one last one for me. Quite a big fight, massive fight next week as well, close to your weight. Davis-Garcia. How do you see that one going?
I think Garcia is gonna box it head off to start with, and then I think Tank's gonna stop him. The reason I'm thinking that is obviously the power that Tank carries. There's no hiding. You know how powerful he is. And I just can't stop thinking about when Garcia got dropped off Luke Campbell, and I just think if you're getting dropped off Luke Campbell, I think you're going to get put to sleep off Tank. But yeah, I reckon the way it's going to pan out is Garcia will be up on the cards, but I think Tank's going to beat him. So someone mentioned the other day, it was my coach actually, and I reckon it's pretty true. He mentioned about how when Canelo boxed Khan, and you've got boxer versus puncher, and I think this is what it's going to be very similar to that. And I think Tank's going to get the win by knockout.
Fair enough. Alex, once again, thank you so much for giving me some of your time. And good luck in your next fight. And going to Portugal should be a great experience as well. That should be really good as well. And congrats on your last win. And hopefully see you back in the ring soon. And I'll catch up with you soon.
Great. Thanks a lot, pal. Appreciate that.